Oh, well. Miss me? It's your old buddy SaleenDriver. Yes, still alive. Still here. Still wanting, for some perverse reason, to do live streams in 2025. Still wanting to continue doing the longest running Wednesday afternoon live stream in all of YouTube that I know of. Still wanting to do the live stream show about nothing in particular. I do apologize for my absence. I did try and explain those absences on my community tab. Obviously, last week was chock full of college football. And with Uncle Lou, Pigskin Pete, and there was one other, I think it might have been VicTube, live streaming games and stuff. I figured nobody was going to show up here, so I skipped it. The other two were holiday related, of course, but holidays are over, thank God. Back to normal. Back to knowing which day it is. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but man, that time between Christmas and New Year's, it's really, really hard to remember what day it is unless you look at a calendar or something. I mean, it felt like, you ever heard the expression a month of Sundays? Well, it felt like a week of Sundays to me, man. I just like, can we get it over with? Can I get back to regularly scheduled programming? That would be nice. Anyway, enough ranting. Who's in the box today? Who's in the chat? Baylor Man. First one in the box. Don't know if he's still here, but the longest running Wednesday afternoon live stream is back. Woo! Let's go. Sven, everyone's favorite German, is here. Matt Duman is here. Nate the Great was early. That's good. Battle Angel, the most patient woman in all of YouTube, and my best moderator is here. John Page is here. Steve Pearson is here. Ken Spear checking in from Pittsburgh as usual. Daniel Berry, he's here too to give us sports highlights, I'm sure. So, the folks are all in here. Welcome to 2025. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope everyone had a good Christmas or Hanukkah, as the case may be. I did. I had a good time. Got to spend time with my kids, who are not really kids anymore. Geez, one's 27, the other one's 23. 27? Yeah, 27. Yeah, I can do the math. Everyone got nice presents. I got a tooth pulled. Oh, that was one of the reasons for my absence. I had a tooth pulled. That was fun. Took a little longer for that one to stop hurting than the wisdom tooth I had done about 10 months earlier. That may have been owing to the fact that I had to have a bone graft at the same time. So that was fun. But now that problem is now taken care of, which is a good thing because I'm going to be doing some traveling in April, and it is not going to be in the United States. And the last thing I want is a medical problem not in the United States. I mean, not that I don't trust. Well, actually, it is that I don't trust foreign medicine. And pretty sure they won't take Blue Cross. So I'd end up having to spend a fortune on some, second-rate doctor in a country that doesn't believe in decent medical care. So, yeah, wanted to take care of that, obviously. YouTube, my always reliable sidekick and trusty show substitute host. When I need him, he is there. And that is a good thing. Good to see you, sir. Let's see. Clean up a couple of things here. Raj. So hopefully, as I said, everyone had a good holiday season. And thank you all for coming by. Floor is open, whatever topics you want to talk about. All I ask is that please don't forget to click the thumbs up button. That does help with the YouTube algorithms and such, and is always appreciated. If you're not a subscriber at the moment, please join. I'm almost to 3,000 subs, which I realize is a small number compared to other channels. But I would really like to get to 3,000 subs. And when I get there, I'm going to be doing a nice watch giveaway. I'll probably wait a few days, make sure that the 3,000 number doesn't shrink back magically. And one person or two over the time has asked me on occasion, have you ever bought subscribers? The answer is no, I have not. I have thought about it from time to time, just to try and get to some imaginary goal. But I figured, one, I'd rather have the channel grow organically than cheat. And two, do I really want to open myself up to that level of ridicule? Ha ha. He's such a crappy channel. He had to buy subscribers and all that nonsense. So, no, I have never bought subscribers and probably won't ever do that because, quite frankly, I'd rather spend my money on other things. Now, let's see what else. We are, as I look at my calendar, what are we, about a week and a half away from a big day, January 20th. That is the day, in addition to being MLK's birthday or MLK Day in America, it also happens to be the day that the adults return to power in America. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm looking forward to that day where we can finally oust the walking corpse and the pole dancer and all of that other human garbage and sweep them away into the dustbin of history. And we can move forward with trying to repair the damage. Yes, and as VicTube points out correctly, it is also the day of the national championship, which I'll ask for everyone's predictions on who's going to play in that game, or if you want to pipe up, who you think's going to play in that game. I think one of those teams is certainly going to be Ohio State. And I think it's probably going to be an Ohio State, Penn State natty. I don't think Texas has the horsepower to beat Ohio State. And I don't think Notre Dame has the horsepower to beat Penn State. And God help us, I think we're going to end up with an Ohio State as the national champion. But what do I know? And on a side note, I also, in a related side note, obviously I know nothing about college football because the only reason I point this out so late in the game is because, quite honestly, I wasn't online to make a mea maxima culpa. Obviously, and I wasn't the only one who made the predictions and was wrong. But obviously, I was way off on the Florida Gators. I figured they were a 4-8 team, and I maintained that all through the season. And I wanted and predicted that Sunbelt Billy would be fired after the Georgia game. And we would lose to such luminary teams as Florida State and Ole Miss and the Corn Dogs. Obviously, I was way off base completely about the 2024 Florida Gators. They ended up finishing with a winning record. They ended up finishing 8-5, which admittedly is not a great record, especially for a team that has generally been a very good to excellent team in the past. Although, of course, saying that, I expect Uncle Lou to clip that quote and ridicule me into oblivion, but I don't care about that. Obviously, we were able to win a lot of games that we shouldn't have. We beat Ole Miss. I didn't think we could do that. And then we turned around and beat LSU and didn't think we could do that. And yeah, we did beat we beat the brains out of a terrible Florida State team. Didn't think, based on being a 13-1 team the year before, that we would be doing that, but we did. We were semi-competitive in several of the games we lost. And it looks like the team, for whatever reason, has rallied around Sunbelt Billy. And, looks like we're going to maintain DJ Lagway into 2025, unless I've been missing some news that popped up in the recent past. It looks like we're going to end up keeping him and grab some good stuff off the portal, and recruiting is not bad, and Jesus Christ, maybe Sunbelt Billy's going to work out. I still have my doubts. I'm still not thrilled that he's my coach, but obviously I'm not typing hashtag fire Napier at the end of every post that I make. Mostly because it's the off season and, I have other things to focus on. God help me if he works out, I'm going to look like an idiot. But hey, Uncle Lou, Pigskin Pete, VicTube, the late great BVD. Everybody was predicting the Gators were going to be down bad, losing season for the fourth year in a row, on and on like that. We were all wrong. And I consider those guys, the ones I named, to be a hell of a lot smarter at this college football stuff than me, and y'all were wrong too. So I feel great camaraderie in my wrongness. Let's see here. Is Napier here to stay? Well, no, because no coach is here to stay. I mean, every coach, look what they did to Orgeron. Man won a natty in 2019? They fired him a couple of years later. Kirby, I'd say of all the active coaches I can think of right now, I'd say Kirby is probably the only one whose job is rock solid and he ain't going anywhere. Everyone else, I mean, they were, what is the guy's name at Ohio State that lost to Michigan? They were calling for his ass. And now, he's the second coming because he's got Ohio State one win away from the national championship game. Hey, Harry Legs is here. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, Dabo finally utilizing the portal. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's reality. Adapt or die. Ryan Day. That's right, Ryan Day. They were calling for his head a few weeks ago, a month or so ago, or 2 months ago. And now he's guarding God incarnate in Columbus. So, fortune is a fickle thing. There's a StreamYard link. Hopefully Sven and Vic and whoever else wants to sign up. Nate the Great probably will come in. Remember, the only rule is you got to cam up so I can see you're not going to porn bomb me. Except for Sven. He never cams up. But hopefully Sven got a new microphone for Christmas.
What's up? I have a new mic, my friend. Happy New Year.
Praise Jesus.
And I have it since 3 weeks.
Sven, I just sent I sold a watch the other day on Chrono 24, and it was to a gentleman in Germany, and I just sent it off this morning.
How much
and
did you
my
pay?
God, that was an expensive shipment.
$85.
Nope, not if you want to guarantee that the damn thing shows up.
Okay, if you want to guarantee that it show up, it's $135.
No, not if you use UPS.
Okay, I sent some things from Tupelo to Berlin, and it was normal, 85. And if you want it guaranteed, it was 135. But it's
right. But he wanted it to be. He wanted it to be sent UPS, and he agreed to split the cost with me. So I sent it UPS and was insured. I had to insure it because that's the rules with Chrono 24. And it was $250.
Listen, Saleen, did you know that our buddy Vic2 Productions is a billionaire?
What?
Did you know this? He's a billionaire. He refuses to take money.
Wow.
Vic2.
Well, Vic, why did you hide Harry Leg's message? Why did you do that? Did he time him out?
No. Be right back. Harry says he's right back.
I think Vic2 timed Harry out. Or he hit him.
I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe butt dial deleted him. I don't know. I don't know. Just guessing.
Hang on, I'll fix it.
Accident.
He hit him. I fixed it.
Vic, come in here. I have to talk to you.
So VicTube is a billionaire, huh?
Yeah.
Who knew?
I made a little Georgia. I went to a mall here, a small mall in Berlin, and I needed a book. If I write the U-Bahn here, the underground, I always read a book or something like that. And I needed a new book. And for God's sake, I see a book with an ugly aga in front of it. And I said, what the heck? It was a book, The History of Georgia Football. And I bought it. So,
why?
And I read it. It was a really nice book. And,
why would you do that? I hope it was on sale.
It was not expensive. It was $10 or something like that. I forgot. It was not expensive.
By the way, hold on real quick. Side note, Did you know that the euro and the dollar have pretty much equalized at this point?
Yeah. I know. It's
And that is a
102.
really strange avatar picture, sir. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
you look like
want
somebody's grabbed you. You look like somebody's grabbed you in your nether regions.
No, you wanted Mr. Bug Eyes, so I gave you Mr. Bug Eyes picture. So
So Sven, continue, please.
Yeah, and I read the book, and there are some interesting historical facts about Georgia. And I made a tribute quest to Vic in his last stream last week, and I said, I give you 13 questions, and if you hit 10 of them, I give you $10. And if you hit 8 of them, I give you $5. And he hit 9. So I said to him, okay, you have my email, you have my phone number.
Right on, Vic. I'll be right there.
Send me your PayPal. So how I did it to you, right? I wrote you an email and said, okay, send me your PayPal. I do it from the bank, and I send you on Wednesday the money. So I never got an email or any phone call or any WhatsApp. Nothing from Vic. Nothing. Vic must be rich. I don't know. He must be really rich.
Yeah,
He must
oops.
be a billionaire.
I forgot. Yeah.
Okay, Vic. You know what? Do it this week. Your next date to get the money is next Wednesday, because I only go one time a week to the bank. Congratulations, sir. Okay?
Okay.
Good. So, Saleen, what did the Gators to the poor Tennessee Volunteers last night?
They beat the number 8 Florida Gators basketball team beat the number 1 ranked Tennessee Volunteers in Gainesville.
They didn't beat them
by 30.
They didn't beat them. They smoked them. They blew them out.
Yeah, I couldn't understand. I mean, the Gators have been I've been sort of watching out of the corner of my eye.
They're a really good team.
The Gator basketball team. They went through their non-con schedule 12-0. They were undefeated. They were ranked as high as 6.
But
then they went to Lexington and got beat by Kentucky. It was a competitive game, but they did get beat. And then they turn around last night, played the number 1 team in the country, and absolutely wrecked them by 30 points.
Yeah, Georgia beat Kentucky by 12 or 13.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I mean, Georgia is absolute poverty in hoops.
Dr. Bob, thank you for the $5 Super Chat. Always appreciated, never expected. I always appreciate the Super Chat. I will not be buying any orange strap for watches, but a new Zelos or 3 or 4 are in my future. So the $5 will be going to the Zelos Watch Fund. So thank you, Dr. Bob. I appreciate it. And by the way, welcome to the chat, sir.
Yeah, Florida. I have one problem with Florida, with Georgia, with Tennessee. They didn't play anyone. The only 2 teams, no, 3 teams in the whole NCAA who had 4 quad 1 teams on their schedule, on their pre-SEC schedule and pre-Big Ten schedule, was Auburn, Mississippi State, and Texas A&M. That's the only 3 teams in all of the 300 and how many teams they play who had 4 quad 1 teams scheduled. We had Pitt, a number 13 ranked Pitt, a number 19 ranked Memphis. We played Butler, and we played some other school. and it was 3-1, and we are now 13-1, and we played Wendy last night, and it was 3 minutes to go and 20 points, and Chance, our coach, said, "Okay, starters, get out of here. Let's play the second team." And Wendy came back of 13 points or 12 points. We won by 12 or 13. It was never in doubt. And,
let me look at something real quick here. Who's the next team that we end up playing? Now, I'm admittedly, I am not a big basketball fan.
yeah,
You know, I will watch the Florida basketball team mostly when there's nothing else on TV, or I want to watch. I usually have them on my second computer screen while I'm doing something else. But the next team Florida plays is Arkansas.
Yeah. We have Kentucky at home, at Auburn, the number 1 Auburn, home the Egg Bowl against Ole Miss, and at Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's the hardest stretch.
Arkansas, and then on the 14th we play Missouri.
Mizzou is
that's our next 2 games. So
yeah, it's 2-0, 2 easy wins for Florida.
Well, maybe we'll see. We'll see. I wanted to ask. I wanted to get an opinion of from the collective crowd here, because I figured, new year, new beginnings, or doing resets and that kind of thing. Everyone is still familiar with the gentleman, and I use the word gentleman in the most loosest definition possible, Mr. Shippies. He's blocked on my channel currently because he's annoying. But he's been blocked for about 6 months now, and maybe he's written some new material or something like that. So I was going to ask the opinion of the assembled. Should I unblock Shippies, or should I just leave him that way? If you're in the chat, give me a 1 for unblock or 2 for block, and you 3 who are here, you can tell me your opinion.
I think you should give him a second chance. Just
well, technically, it would be giving him a 3rd chance because I gave him a second chance, and he immediately went into a shit show attack mode.
Right. Well, I think
I didn't know.
Right. Well, I think that you should give him a 3rd chance, and if he acts up again, you can always just block him again.
Yeah. No,
well, that's true.
Look,
you always just block him again. Yeah.
Don't Shipes.
Yeah. Don't hide him though.
Yeah. I have Shipes blocked in 6 months too, and you know why? I mean, Vic knows this. You knows this. You can talk trash about me. You can talk trash about Mississippi State. I don't care. But never, ever in a million years talk trash about my family. Never, ever. This is absolute,
no, Baylor, man, I ain't going to make him a mom.
Absolute no-go. And for that reason, I blocked him. And I thought about to unblock him. And I told him this. And he said, "No, don't unblock me. Then I don't have to listen to your stupid stuff."
Yeah.
I mean,
that's cool.
So
Harry,
I leave it there.
Turn on your camera for a minute. Yep, that's Harry. Okay, you can turn it off. Good morning, Annette.
You thought somebody might have hacked me?
Good morning, old man.
Afternoon, folks.
Hey, what's up, Harry?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, some troll could, grab your name and then start posting, crap.
What was somebody pretending to be Harry?
Yeah.
No, what could happen to anybody?
Saleen.
That would be foolish.
Yeah.
to do so.
I'm a moderator. I'm a moderator on at least a dozen different channels, and some of them do live streams, and they have me in there as a troll killer. And these are believe it or not, these are watch related channels. You know, watches. Who the hell's gonna porn bomb or obscenity bomb or racial bomb?
Bomb.
A watch channel, but it happens, man. I was on a stream
Saleen.
where a good friend of mine was doing a StreamYard, and somebody came into the StreamYard and immediately put up a porn video and got his whole channel crushed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Saleen,
Like what's
you
happened
know Harry's?
to Edward. Yes, what happened to all of Edward's channels.
Yeah.
Saleen, you know Harry's voice.
Yeah, they kept getting taken down. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
well,
know
you know,
Harry's
I
voice, you know
mean,
my voice, you know
I
his
just
voice.
want to be, I just want to be cautious, is all.
Yeah, that was.
Okay.
Yeah, that's happened to Edward. Yeah, I don't know how many times.
Countless times.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my channel doesn't earn me. I mean, it earns me a little money every couple of months or something like that. I'll get a little money. But I take pride in my channel. I try and produce good videos. I mean, they're not the most artful videos. They don't have a lot of editing to them. They're just, but I work hard on my reviews, at least to it. Would you stop that? Stop that. I mean, I work hard on getting the facts right on my watch reviews and, all that. And, I'm proud of my channel. I don't want to see it destroyed because some yutz puts up a couple of, a man and a woman doing the horizontal mamba.
Yeah, or if it's sometimes it'll be a man and a man, but yeah.
Yeah, well,
Ouch.
fortunately, I don't. Fortunately, I've never seen that, so I don't want to either. Is Edward still on YouTube? I don't know.
That's a good question.
I have no clue.
I thought he was on Rumble now.
He might be on Rumble. He might. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like Rumble for the fact that they don't censor. There's no censorship.
right.
Yes, there is.
Oh, damn it.
Well, yeah.
Well, not as much as YouTube, anyway.
No, not even in the same universe.
Well, did you all see the Zucker, the Mother Zucker, in his Mea Maxima Culpa the other day, saying that he's been maintaining all along that Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and all those. Oh, we don't censor, and then he gets on TV the other day, day before yesterday or whatever. Oh, we're not going to censor anymore.
Bullshit.
So you lied to us. Gee, what a shock! A far left idiot from Silicon Valley lies to the American public about what his media platform does. Shocking, I know. God.
He's betting that by doing that, he's going to avoid or delay Congress repealing Section 230. And
that Section 230 thing needs to happen.
Yes, it does.
Regardless of what the Mother Zucker says or does, Section 230 needs to be reformed yesterday.
Abolished. It needs to be abolished.
Yeah, it does. And hopefully now that we're going to have the adults back in charge in about a week and a half, we can get that done. Right after we pardon every single J6er.
In prison, Nancy Pelosi and all the J6 committee. Lock them all up. Put them on trial.
There needs to be retribution.
Guys, do it like me. I never in my life had a personal Facebook or Twitter account. Never. I only have a Facebook account for my baseball team. That's the only one.
Yeah. What is Section 232 or whatever?
Hit the wrong button.
Go ahead and explain that, Harry.
Section 230 allows the content provider or the hosting platform, rather, to not be held responsible for editing and stepping on posts that they find to be in violation of community standards or the law. And they took it to extremes by using it to mass censor people right at the end of Trump's first term into and through the COVID fucking disaster, and still do to this day. That's the reason I'm not on Twitter. Is
Sorry.
because
Excuse me.
I got nuked
Raj.
for sharing the cure in January of 2020. I shared the cure on Twitter and was banned within 30 seconds permanently. And I've never been allowed back on, never been reinstated, even after Musk said something about amnesty. So I'm pretty strong on this 230 repeal.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see 230 killed off and get these guys responsible. Because I quite frankly, I lost track of the number of times I've been put in YouTube comment jail over nothing. I think one time I got banned from commenting for 24 hours on YouTube videos because I made a comment that said something like, "Well, how can I take her seriously? She's fat and ignorant."
Sorry.
And I got crushed. I got crushed for calling somebody fat. Oh, you're bullying someone. Yeah. And how many times have I been put in Facebook jail? I mean, I've been put in Facebook jail for 24 hours, 3 daes, 7 days, 21 days, and 30 days.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like,
fat,
come on, man.
You're Ricky.
you're fat phobic.
I am.
No, a better word is
Jason, greetings from Aruba, where I guarantee you there is no winter storm problems in Aruba.
They're
By the
gonna
way,
feel the cold, though.
anyone here who's been affected by the current winter storm, I hope y'all are doing okay.
I'm still alive.
Yeah, Nebraska got beat pretty good.
Well,
Kansas was the one that caught hell.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. There's a lot. There are a lot of car
Southern Indiana.
YouTubers in Kansas, and they've been posting YouTube videos up, and it looks like where they live is been hammered pretty good.
Yeah. I think I think you're talking about is Weston or Southern West.
Whistling Diesel.
Yep.
No, I'm talking about Watch JR Go and Hoovie's Garage and April's Garage and 100% Jake. Those guys.
Well,
the
Weston, he or whatever his name is, he has a channel like he lives in Kansas. I don't know where, but I just know Kansas. But he builds so what do you call it? Muscle cars into muscle cars in general or speedy cars, and like he puts like V10s and like very old cars. He likes to like experiment different stuff. It's pretty cool. Like he at one time in his video was putting a V8 into a some unpopular car's Beetle, which is weird. I mean, I do not know how that he managed to fit that engine in the Beetle. Hey, I'm not a professional. He is.
It's been done putting a V8 into a Volkswagen Beetle chassis.
Yeah.
It's usually done by taking out the back seat and the back firewall and building a custom firewall.
Yeah, I think that's what he does too. I'm trying to.
It's actually easier to do it when you make a Volkswagen dune buggy.
Yeah.
Because you eliminate the body pretty much
Yeah.
as being in the way.
Yeah.
What does Dr. Bob have to say here? Facebook, YouTube made it remove my comments even if I follow community guidelines. They don't like any opinion that goes against New World Order.
Yeah.
Facts, sir. Facts.
Hey,
Seen a
Saleen-
VW microbus had a Corvair transaxle swap and flipped around 180 degrees with a V8. Yeah, I've seen that before too. The swap that the swap that intrigues me the most is there's a company called V8 Archie that makes a V8 swap kit for the Fiero. Now, if anybody is old enough to remember the Pontiac Fiero, which was supposed to be a Corvette killer until Chevrolet politicking killed the damn thing because they didn't want the Fiero to be faster than the Corvette at the time. That little platform screamed for a V8, and all it ever got was a V6 that was kind of anemic. But you do have the ability to swap a V8 into a Fiero chassis with that with that kit.
Now,
I saw one at a car show several years ago, and I swear to God that car could probably do wheelies.
Yeah. Let me look up the YouTube channel name because I think you heard of it if you watched.
Are you sure? Are you sure it isn't Whistle and Diesel?
I'm trying to. Here, I'll look it up. I know it's
Anyway,
something.
yeah, look, because I have a feeling I've heard of it before. Anyway, but yeah, the middle of the country has gotten hammered from the winter storms, and admittedly, it's
fuck. Sorry.
Admittedly,
Here you go.
It's a little cold here in Central Florida. We dropped into the upper 30s last night, and it's not really going to get much above.
Oh, I think it was like 26 this morning.
Man, I mean, we're not going to get much above 57 or 58 today, but it's Florida.
Man, you fellas are like complaining about the cold, even though like little toddlers. I'm not trying to trash them. I'm just saying.
Well, you know what, Nate? I mean, look at it this way. Yeah, we complain if it drops below 60 degrees here and all that. Ha ha, funny, laugh. You know what? Y'all don't spend 6 months out of the year looking at the tropics and waiting for the next hurricane to come flatten your house. Now, I ain't saying that snowstorms can't do, damage and wreak havoc and everything. No. But you know what? I don't see a lot of snowstorms picking up houses and moving them half a mile away.
I mean, yeah, which is true. I'm just saying. I was trying to say, coldness in like upper regions in the South. That's trying to say that. I'm not trying to argue with the hurricane, blizzards, none of that. I was trying to say with different humidity types of like cold, because
all I'm saying is that we pay for the good weather and the lack of snowstorms and
I can understand
all that by and admittedly June, July, and August are not terrible for hurricanes, but mid-September through the end of October, that's a 6-week time period where we sit there and sweat. And this year proved it because we got literally back-to-back hurricanes that absolutely beat the living shit out of Central Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still digging out debris from Milton.
Isn't usually the Panhandle that gets the blows? Or
Yeah,
no?
Panhandle usually gets beat up pretty good.
Yeah, closely.
But the Florida West Coast is usually spared pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year we got hit
Yeah.
by Debbie, Helene, and Milton in this area, and it wasn't good. And by the way, I just noticed something from Baylor Man. I should have answered this. Am I excited about the National Felon League playoffs?
No.
What do you think, sir?
And
I wouldn't even know who's in the playoffs. For all I
you-
know, the Chicago Bears could be in the
No. No.
Hey, picture this. Picture this. Lions. The Lions.
Two
are not
teams are
even
for sure not there: the Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys, and that's all what matters.
So
yeah.
Saleen,
The Bears are.
you. Sorry, Vic.
Hang on a minute. I got to answer this. I got to answer this message. Keep talking, but I got to type something real quick.
Okay, go ahead, Vic.
Yeah, and no, the Bears are not in the playoffs.
The Bears.
I don't even know if the Bears are any good or not.
They're
No.
not.
No,
not
they're-
even- They're the new Lions. I'm sorry.
The next team
Yeah,
to watch
I
out.
heard on a random report that the Lions are actually good now.
They
Yeah.
are really good.
Guess
Yeah,
what seed they
good.
are.
If you would put Joe Burrow on the Detroit Lions,
Oh boy.
they win to 99.9% the Super Bowl. I
Actually,
can guarantee
I
you
would-
this.
I don't actually like
The
that
Lions
defense.
the Lions are for real, but they have an
Now
absolute
the only
shitty quarterback.
concern
What?
is that
No. No.
What?
what
No,
do you say,
Jared-
Vic?
Jared Goff is a good quarterback.
What is
I mean,
he?
yeah.
Yeah, I won't stand for any well, I won't stand. But for any Jared Goff slander. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
look, I get that Goff isn't that fast as the other guys, but yeah, I would agree with Vic. He's a good quarterback, but
He's good, but he's not a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Why
This is
do
the
you,
problem. This is the problem. I mean, Dak Prescott is a really good quarterback, but he's not a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
that's true. And
No.
plus, he has never been.
That
to
is
a
his
Super Bowl.
problem.
Anyways,
I mean, there are really only 3-4 guys who can beat Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, maybe Jaden Daniels in 3-4 years. Jaden Daniels, watch out for Washington.
I
Watch
think
out.
Jared Goff could do it. Even though,
Goff? No.
no, okay.
yeah, so
No.
what do you think about Lamar Jackson?
My problem with Lamar Jackson is this. Lamar is the best running quarterback since Cam Newton. We all
And Michael
can
Vick.
agree on that.
Michael
Okay.
Vick.
Yeah, back in the days.
Yeah.
Since you played football.
Vic.
Sorry. And Lamar can run. But if you need it's 3rd and 13 and you need a down, you can't count on him. This is my problem. He is not accurate enough with the long ball. And
Who?
if you want to beat Kansas City, you have to be on the money. And there are
Oh,
only
no.
3-4 guys in this league who can do this.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, these kind of players.
Who does
And-
Josh Allen play for? I
He's
don't know.
quarterback for the Bills. Yeah.
Buffalo.
Wait a minute. The Bills have a good quarterback?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for once.
They have a really good quarterback.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They found their quarterback.
And I tell Vic,
Really?
yeah.
if
And
the
also-
Falcons had Josh Allen,
Oh,
they are a playoff team
Yeah, we would be.
unstoppable. Anyways,
without any question. And if Penix plays next year, you will be in the playoffs. Mark my
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
And my Super Bowl pick for next year is that what the Washington Commanders, if they get a running back and a left tackle out of the draft,
Yeah.
any left tackle who is, and he don't must be elite. He has to be
Yeah.
good and solid. They need a left tackle and a running back. And if
Oh,
they
yeah.
get that,
Okay.
the Washington Commanders will go at least to the championship game, but I project to the Super Bowl. Washington is a serious problem.
Yeah, with Jane
They are really, really good.
Now, here's my Super Bowl pick matchup.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, hold on a second, Nate. Who'd you say is going to be in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the Lions.
Lions and the Chiefs?
No,
Yeah, those are favorites right
Bill.
now. Oh, okay.
Bill.
The Lions and Bills. Okay. So who do you think, Nate?
I say I hate the Chiefs and all, but I do think it's gonna be Chiefs and Lions. But I might be wrong. But I do think the Lions. Now, here's this, Saleen. And the first time in this Lions franchise organization record, the Lions went 15-2, and I'm not joking about that. They went 15-2, which is mind blowing as a Lions fan. And it's not real at the same time. Now, my dad's a Lions fan, so you get the point. Now I would love to get a Super Bowl and stuff, but we have to, earn it each playoff game. And it's not gonna be handed to you like every sport. You gotta work for it, even if
The only thing I know about the Chiefs is obviously they're a very good team, and also that Taylor Swift gets more camera time than anybody else.
Yeah, but
Patrick
because he
Mahomes.
gets old, and I think the Chiefs have a window of
They've been struggling this year.
Sorry.
They've been winning.
They have a window of 1 or 2 years, and they have to rebuild complete.
Oh, yeah, that's your prediction. Wow.
They have the quarterback for the next 10 years, but the rest, it's too old and not good enough to win it all.
So you're thinking that Andy Reid might retire in 2 years?
And if the Cincinnati owners, these bastards,
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm
would give some
curious.
money on the table and give Burrow a defense. If they had,
Wait a minute. Somebody said Joe Burrow was a good quarterback. Where's
Joe
he?
Burrow should won the
He's in
MVP. He was the
Cincinnati.
best quarterback by a light year all season long. By light years, he was
Cincinnati.
100,000 times
Yeah,
better
Cincinnati.
as Patrick Mahomes, 100,000 times better as Dak Prescott and any other quarterback by a mile. But he has the shittiest defense on earth because these Cincinnati owners don't spend money on the team.
Is Cincinnati any good?
Not this
Well,
year.
they're kind of
They're okay this year.
they're
but-
kind
No, they are not good
no,
because
no,
they have no
Well,
defense. They have
well,
no
awesome.
chance to win any playoff game. No
no,
chance.
no,
0%.
No, I'm just
They
saying.
have
They're
the best
awesome.
quarterback,
their defense.
but
is
no
bad.
defense.
I'm just saying.
It's like the
I'm just-
Falcons.
yeah.
It's like the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons.
Vikings.
Yeah, I tell you what. It was not Penix who lost the game against the Panthers. It was the
Oh,
Yes.
defense.
It was the
It was
defense.
the defense. 100%. Penix was good. He was good enough to win the game. And he
Exactly.
was.
If-
And for a rookie,
Yeah.
I tip my cap. He was good. He
Also-
didn't lose the game, and he
also
made the
how-
throws he had to make.
Also, how old is Penix? Like 25 or something like that?
5, 6, something like that.
Damn,
Yeah.
he's almost 30.
I tell you what, Penix is a gunslinger, an absolute gunslinger, and he's the best gunslinger in the game. with the deep ball. Nobody, besides of Burrow, is better as Penix with the deep ball. He can sling that rock and accurate.
But yeah,
I can tell you that. And
but yeah, Saleen. I watched this Oilers fan.
Oil.
Oh, sorry, change topic. My bad. Just for a little bit. I was gonna ask Saleen about the Bruins. Yeah, they're not.
Oh, the Bruins suck this year.
Wow.
Yeah, man. If I'm right, how many penalties did total? Like, is it last night against the Oilers and Bruins?
Talking about the
Because I heard it's a lot. Boston.
the Edmonton Oilers.
Yep.
Yeah, Jason, I'll check Messenger after the stream or when I get home from dinner or something. I'll check on those.
That is correct, Vic. That's correct.
Yeah, the Edmonton, they played Edmonton last night and got smoked.
And I don't know if you saw. Did you see the fight in the stands on TV? I don't know if it was on TV, but
No, I didn't see it. No,
there was guys.
it may have been on TV or it may not have. I didn't see the game.
Yeah, there. I didn't watch it, but I was watching Oilers play-by-play, Oilers fan play-by-play live stream, and he was watching, the hockey game, and he said there's a fight in the stands between Boston Bruins fans and Oilers fans. Oh wait, what the fuck? That's weird. I mean, it's weird because they don't really hate each other. I don't think, but because they don't really play that much. Anyways, back to the football. I just want to ask you about that. Yeah. So Vic, what's your pick for the national championship matchup? Or actually, go do the semifinals first, and then the Natty. Vic.
Okay, yeah, hold on.
Okay.
By the way, who did Lou pick for the? I know he picked Penn State for the first game.
Okay. Yeah, I
Ohio
think
State.
it's going to be Ohio State and Notre Dame, and Ohio State will win the Natty.
I have Ohio State and Penn State in the Natty, and Ohio State wins in a blowout.
Yeah,
is it going to be a close game, Vic? If they versus each other, I think it was. But
I don't know.
Don't know. Okay.
Not really. I think that with the way Ohio State has played in the playoff, I don't really think it'll really be that close. But Ohio State plays like they did against Tennessee and Oregon, then
guys, we can deal with Ohio State fans.
they run away.
But God bless us if Texas wins the national championship.
Oh yes.
Yes. Yeah. Texas
Goodness me.
Will be worse. Yeah.
This would be like Tennessee wins 3 in a row.
Yeah, we can't have Texas come into the SEC and winning the championship.
Yeah, two things we can't have in the SEC now. We can't have another Georgia championship because they think they are really good, when they are not. Well, and we can't deal with Texas fans.
So you're saying you're okay with the Big Ten title for this year?
I'm really okay with this.
Well,
and I will troll UGA as long as they don't beat Ole Miss.
Yes.
I had to pay money, Vic. I had to pay money to a Florida man because you let me down. Kirby let me down. Yeah, I paid. I said to Saleen, it was my last shot. I said, Saleen, if you beat, however, Ole Miss, and Ole Miss was it 18 points, 14 points favorite. So like this, and I said, Saleen, I trust you. You get it done. And what the heck? They beat Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I don't know how we ended up beating Ole Miss. I really don't, but
I don't care.
I actually
We did
knew
it.
it was going to happen because I picked the. I picked. And also,
And
I did. I'll pick Vic. I went 5-0 against him, so I did pick.
You know, Jason, you know what? I do not want Canada as another state. That country is so rife with socialistic tendencies. It would take 3 generations to educate that shit out of the population. And meanwhile, we have to take on all that social, safety net garbage that they're used to up there.
Yeah.
It would take 100 years to correct Canada back to, something resembling normalcy.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I mean, yeah, they got a lot of oil and they got a lot of natural resources and all that, but they're so far left and sick that I just don't think that America needs that kind of grief right now. So no, I do not want Canada as another state.
Yeah.
Well,
My
I
son
think
is,
there won't be one big state. I
No,
think it would be like every Canadian
Province.
province.
Vic.
State.
Vic, I asked
Oh,
my
and-
son,
and-
he's,
and-
he's a Canadian citizen. No Canadian would ever vote to unite with the USA.
Oh, yeah.
Not a single Canadian. Not a
and
single
not to
Canadian
mention,
would do this.
not to mention the French problem. I mean,
Oh,
my God, I really don't want America to have to take on the Quebecers. I mean,
hell.
Jesus,
Montreal.
that's just the whole French Canadian nonsense. I mean, those people are trying to break away from the rest of Canada and form their own country.
And also, if
we don't need that garbage here.
Yeah,
also,
like South
if that
Louisiana.
if the French from Canada went to war with us, no, let's just not go to war with them. Have state of Louisiana go to war with them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because French versus French. Get it? I mean,
No.
state of Louisiana. Well, I mean, more like New Orleans is French, but still.
Well, I mean, no. Yeah, Canada's not going to become part of the U.S. It's just
I'm saying
a pipe dream.
Yeah.
Look, it's a pipe dream.
Yeah. And also, Saleen.
God knows we could make use of all the oil, but
also, Saleen. Would you want? Oh, actually, you said that, but would you want the Canada-U.S. hockey rivalry to go away if that happens? I wouldn't.
I think that's a very minor.
I know.
point.
I'm just asking because.
Well, no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't go away, but
it would actually if
no, it would not go away.
If Canada, you know what I mean. But
Nate, little education.
The Canadian American rivalry thing in hockey would not go away.
UK.
It would just
United
become
Kingdom.
like a city or state thing instead of a national thing.
Anyways,
but I mean, the hockey thing, the hockey thing is obviously an interesting question, but it's more along the lines of, okay, the Canadian population as a whole is mostly left of center.
Yeah.
If you're going to take on Canada, you like Vic said, it's probably not going to be one whole big state. I mean, whether there are like 5 provinces in Canada, they would probably want to be their own individual states.
They have Victoria, British Columbia, Ontario, Quebec, and Saskatchewan. What is
so we've got you're adding a whole bunch of states that are all left leaning, so that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
The French Canadian problem is basically transfers from Ottawa to Washington D.C. and we don't need that kind of grief in our lives.
Anyways.
You know what? I don't see a big upside. I mean, we trade with Canada. Canada needs us more than we need them in a trade partnership.
Yeah.
So we're going to get their energy and we're going to get their trade and everything, no
And
matter what
bucks.
we do. So why do we need to take them on as a state when we're just going to end up with their resources and trade anyway?
Yeah,
So
which get yeah.
you got to give me some kind of intriguing upside. I mean, we already defend them. We use Canadian territory for our early warning capability against Russia and China.
Yeah.
So where's the upside in terms of making them a state? I don't see it.
guess Trump wants a empire. I'm just being you know, what do we call it? Crazy. I'm just being crazy, but I'm just a crazy theory. If Trump wants to build an empire, which is highly unlikely. I don't know.
No, Trump is not an empire builder. I don't know why that nonsense gets any kind of traction in the media.
Yeah,
The man's not looking to build a great American empire like the British Empire.
No,
I mean,
ready. Yeah, we already
nonsense.
had an empire. Yeah, our empire days are behind us. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying
the days of empire are behind everybody. That just doesn't fly in the 21st century.
Right, and we used to have like the
who needs that garbage?
Philippines, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, name me one country that wants to build an empire outside of Russia.
China,
United Kingdom.
China. Russia's got all the land it needs. It can't breed enough people to fill it.
England hasn't been able to maintain their British Empire since the end of World War II.
Yeah,
I mean, they've been divesting themselves of empire. They haven't been.
You don't know the Brits. They are crazy.
Well, no, I don't know the Brits, but I mean,
crazy.
Okay, yes, the Brits have a noblesse oblige mentality that goes back a millennia. But their mouths are writing checks their economy can't cash.
Yeah, if they see an American, they think that he's a slave. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Nose up high, and what the heck are you, American? What the heck is this?
Yeah, if you go,
that's the United Kingdom. By the way, Nate, for your education, I'm an old guy. I tell you something. You brought up the rivalry hockey between Canada and the US goes away if Canada joins the US. The United Kingdom in soccer has 5 national teams. 5. England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and I take Ireland as the 5th country because parts of Ireland was occupied by England. Gotcha. They have 4 or 5 national teams in the FIFA in the world rankings in one combined country. The UK has 5 teams in the FIFA World Cup. 5 teams. Yeah. And if Canada, what never will happen, came to the US, they will do the same.
Oh.
They would do the same.
Soccer.
But I hate soccer.
Hey,
I
that's
don't watch soccer.
You hate soccer. I mean,
hey, Harry, are you awake?
Yes, I'm awake. I've been listening to y'all.
Nice.
I love you, Harry. He's contributing. I heard him.
I love Harry. I troll him all the time.
That was an epic troll. That was a classic Trump troll about Canada. Now, Greenland, that's not such a troll. We've had a base there for 70 years now. And we've got
the problem with Greenland is you have to get Denmark to sell it to us, and they're not selling it.
Ain't gonna happen. Greenland will be in.
Greenland is autonomous.
What did I read? They will be. They are part. They are a province of Denmark right now, but there will be
We lost Sven.
If we could get a hold of Greenland, I mean, for the natural resources alone would be a boon to the American economy. The problem is trying to get Denmark to sell it to us, and they're not wanting to do it.
No,
Yep.
and Greenland will be free. They will left Denmark in the 2030s. I heard. It
Damn.
was
That's what
on
I read
YouTube
too.
from a Greenlandish YouTuber, and this lady has I don't know 4 million viewers,
Damn.
and
Wow.
she's a mining engineer, and she looks really serious, and she is
She looked like Ben Shapiro.
she's a VIP in Greenland, as you can say. She
Oh.
is. She's
Oh, who
she's
am I
the really over there, and she said they are they're sitting on the table, and they figure out how can Greenland be on his own.
Well, I mean, we
And-
literally finance the whole country now with our base there.
Yeah.
Quite literally. And people do
Uh,
not understand how big that place is either, and it's all underground.
Yeah, the problem is what? Why do you pay for it? This is a problem.
That's
What you
part of
have
the-
with
that's-
Biden, with
No,
Obama.
I can answer that, Sven. I know exactly why we pay for Greenland. Have you ever heard of the Greenland Iceland gap?
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, the passageway out of the Russians have a very large naval base up. What is the damn thing called?
Iceland.
Murmansk? No,
Murmansk.
Talonstad.
Raj.
Murmansk is one, but the other one.
Murmansk.
In
The only
Murmansk,
way
Serbia,
they can get to the only way they can get to the Atlantic is to go past Greenland and Iceland, and that makes Greenland a very, it makes it a choke point. It makes Greenland a very strategic hunk of land. I mean, all you have to do is read. If you ever read a book called Red Storm Rising,
Right.
Yeah.
you'd understand the importance of Greenland and Iceland in any kind of world war that involves the Atlantic, especially when it comes to Russian subs getting into the Atlantic and the Atlantic merchant fleet getting supplies to Europe.
Mhm.
The
So,
same as we have capability now that we didn't possess in World War II that would make that suicide come through the passageway there, because all the submarines that operate in the North Atlantic use it, is because the water's deep and they can hide there. But over on the other side, closer to the
we
continent, it's
need
shallow.
Greenland to remain on our side of the ledger.
Yeah.
And if we can make them a territory of the United States, so much the better.
Yeah, that was good.
Also, Celine, I don't know if you saw the private chat. It's I look it up.
I haven't looked.
Anyways,
I say, hi Albert, how you doing, man?
hell?
Yep, there's a link in there. Okay.
Yeah. It kind of tells you
And what about Iceland? Is Iceland still part of Denmark, or are they independent?
No, Iceland is an independent country.
Yeah. And plus,
since 1,000 years.
if I could remember,
Happy New Year to you too, Albert.
if I remember correct, did the Vikings get confused with Iceland, Greenland? I'm pretty sure they did. Because
I honestly don't know.
that's why
maybe.
The prevailing currents and winds had them hit Iceland first.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I've been told the Vikings got confused because they thought Greenland was Iceland.
No.
Ice.
Listen,
Green.
there's a big difference between Iceland and Greenland.
But yeah, I know.
In Greenland, is ice.
Yeah,
And
that's
in
what I'm trying to
Iceland
say.
are volcanoes and warm water
And that's what I'm
and
trying to say.
geysers. You know what a geyser is?
Yeah, I was trying to say
Where the hot water comes out the earth.
Geysers.
lava,
Geysers.
magma. I don't know.
Geysers.
Water.
No,
Right.
no. Yeah,
Yeah,
geyser,
it's
is-
actually
geyser is hot water and steam.
Yeah. Geysers. Hot water.
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They have volcanoes in Iceland and geysers. And
this will blow your
in
mind.
Greenland,
Iceland
it's not a
is-
single volcano and not a single geyser. They have only have ice, polar bears, and such things.
And also,
And the second difference is there's not a single street or railway
Yeah.
outside of the towns in Greenland. Not a single one.
That's right.
If you want to go from Nuuk, what is the capital, to
Nuke.
Hamshama, what is 300 miles away on the west,
Mhm.
or Hamshama.
But anyways,
It's a Greenlandic name. So you only can go by boat or by airplane or by helicopter or
Yeah.
by horse
no
Slider.
cars. I forgot.
Yeah, let's take a helicopter.
yeah.
I don't think I want to fly a helicopter 300 miles. They generally don't have that kind of range anyway.
No, they don't do well in cold weather.
Anyways,
No, they don't.
They have
That's
dog
what I was
flights
trying to say,
and
because
and
that's what I was trying to say. Back in I don't know how many years ago, when the Vikings were around, that's why I said the Vikings were got confused.
Well, I mean, when the Vikings got there, Greenland was actually green. Yeah, the climate was different back then. It was
okay.
it was warmer then.
Yeah, that damn global warming, huh?
Yeah, it was warmer, and then it got cold again. Right, we had what they called the Little Ice Age. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
And
Thanks to volcanic activity.
yep,
Yeah.
and now
yeah.
we're warming
Yeah,
up.
due to nature, not
Yeah, now we're
not-
warming up. We're warming up again.
And because of yes.
Well, I guarantee you the people in the Midwest and the Mid-Atlantic are probably wanting warm weather right now.
I do.
It's
Please.
being accelerated by human activity, but
That's horse shit. That's
accelerated by
horse shit.
fossil fuels. But
No.
well,
Global warming is a
Cannot-
myth, and
It
it's been
has
proven it's a myth.
never been established scientifically, and it has never they've never even published a study that's been peer reviewed. It's the next biggest hoax to COVID.
never published a study that.
The
You
government
know
spent
all the
millions of
stuff that was
dollars writing
you know
books.
all the stuff that was published by the University of East Anglia that
Who the
started
hell
all
is
this
that?
global warming nonsense has been proven to be not only wrong but also to have been cooked by the so-called scientists and
Right,
at the university.
proven by who?
Peers.
by the climatologists at the University of East Anglia. The
Okay.
emails that were recovered and published show that they cooked the books.
Yeah.
It would be a great scandal if anyone would pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Just know that they're going to be without money going forward in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find real jobs, folks.
Also, I know this is kind of scary to talk about, but what I was going to say, but hopefully this does not happen at all. But if World War III happens, I'm just saying in general, for example, let's just say that the sacrificial states, for in the U.S. I might be one of them, because one silos. Oh, They can say, fuck this. Anyways, what? Anyways, the nuclear silos in Nebraska or North Dakota, the Midwest states, and some mountain states like Montana and stuff, they have silos that hold. The silos hold the nuclear weapons, if I'm correct, or is that the bunkers?
No, so the bunker missiles were retired back in the 60s.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because I'm just.
You're talking about the old Atlas. I think it was the Atlas One.
Minuteman and the Minutemen and all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, the Minutemans are all silos. The Atlas,
yeah.
the original Atlas missiles were bunkers,
Yeah.
and then the Atlas 2 and 3 were silos, and everything since the Atlas 2 has been silos.
Yeah. The Minuteman silos I meant.
Yeah, they're still around.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. The ones that have them, which is Nebraska, North Dakota, those type of states are
Yeah.
get blown away. Sadly, now here's the thing. Here's from one most crucial parts of the U.S. What do you call it, military, the Air Force Base. If that gets nuked, we're screwed. Like the entire U.S. screwed. Because I heard that the Offutt Air Force Base is the Strategic Air Command, if that's correct. Yeah. That provides the what's it called? The indications of attacks and stuff and how to yada yada yada. I'm not really a big military guy, but I was just saying in general, if that happens, I'm saying the U.S. is screwed. But I'm just, not only What's your thoughts about that, guys? That I'm not saying only Nebraska. It's just any Air Force base that is.
We got bases all over the country. All of them would be hit if there was an exchange.
Well, I know. I'm just saying
it wouldn't matter where you were at; you were going to be affected by it. So.
I know. I'm saying the main ones are the important ones. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, they're going to, like I say, man, it doesn't matter. They're going to hit everything. They got thousands of missiles. I mean.
Okay.
There was a book. Hang on. Let me. I have the book. Let me go find it. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Okay.
But more concern for us are natural problems. They've been. I keep up. That's just a hobby, but I pay attention to those quakes and the volcanic activity and things of that nature. And New Madrid is giving some bad signals, and that would be a bad one if New Madrid.
I found the book. I found it.
Has another episode.
There's a book that came out recently. Called Nuclear War, a Scenario by Annie Jacobson.
Okay.
If you're interested in this topic.
I'm not. I'm just saying, go ahead.
This goes through only one scenario of how one nuclear missile or two launched against the United States by North Korea degenerated into an all-out nuclear war that basically destroys the world.
Yep, basically.
And it goes through the scenario literally second by second. I mean, it literally. If you ever watch the TV show 24, it's sort of like that scenario where I can open up to part one here. Hang on.
You know what? The humankind is so crazy. I can't believe this stuff. We are so,
Right?
we are so nuts. There shouldn't be a single weapon on Earth. A single one.
Alien?
Not a single one.
Yeah, no wonder.
I never ever in my life will have a weapon, and I never ever will buy one. Never ever.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
hate weapons because
In
weapons
the
are
book-
only there to kill other people.
Yep.
That's the
Well, yeah,
only
that's
reason
the
to have
general idea.
weapons outside of a
Defend.
deer or hunting. That's
Yeah.
okay. So, but outside of that, it's absolute nuts. And
Oh yeah.
if I hear Pete told us, he has 3 weapons in his house. For what? For there are people
Well-
in America. They are going to houses, kill people, and rob them. This is absolute nuts.
I mean, in his defense, is basically self-defense, which is I
Yeah,
can't.
but look, I'm near 60 years old. I never had a weapon, and I live in a city with 6 million people.
Mhm.
I never got robbed. Never in my
Lucky
life.
you.
I never got threatened.
Damn.
I mean, I'm not small. Yeah? I'm around 190 and around 90 kilogram. I'm not a small guy. But anyway, I never got threatened. I can go wherever I want. I can go by underground. I'm safe. I can go by S-Bahn, by train, by bus. It doesn't matter. We have another mentality. The US mentality is fucked up. You are crazy people over there. Think of this. You have 300 million people, and there are 550 million guns in the US, private owned. This is absolutely nuts. This is unacceptable, and this is mental retarded as hell. If you take the weapons away, okay, let the kids come in Atlanta City or in New Orleans. Let they come. They are 14 years old, have a gun and kill you for a handy. These people are crazy. Don't sell the guns. Don't give them guns.
Well, it doesn't. That's not the whole story, Sven. It isn't. But I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you know, it's written in our Constitution. You know, right to keep and bear arms.
Yeah, then change the Constitution.
You have to balance. You have to. No, we can't change. Well, for one thing, changing the Constitution is incredibly difficult, and you're getting. Don't forget, you're probably getting a slightly skewed version of what's going on. I mean, you said it yourself just a second ago. There are, well, let's say the latest figures I saw were there are 400 million guns in the country, in a population of 350 million.
Yeah, it's 550. What I heard.
Okay, well,
but anyway,
if there was a problem with guns in this country that was as big as you think it is, you would have heard about it by now. What you're talking about are pretty. Would you stop it with the bug eyes, please? It's very disturbing. What you're talking about is isolated incidences around the country. Most crime in this country does not involve guns. Most crime in this country involves, smash and grabs, using other, if there are weapons involved, there are more weapons than just guns. There's also knives and hammers and cars and trucks. I get all the gun crime to crime ratio in this country is actually pretty small when you look at the actual numbers. But you know, the media likes to sensationalize the gun crime because they're gun grabbers, they're anti-gun, and they want to sensationalize the gun crimes in order to further an agenda. If you look at the numbers dispassionately, the number of the gun crime to crime ratio is actually low. And that's not from somebody who happens to own a gun and is pro-gun. That's coming from, crime statistics from culled from the FBI and from various state and local municipalities. You know, and there are some municipalities like, for instance, Kennesaw, Georgia, what comes to mind because I actually used to live there, where gun crime is almost
Kennesaw
non-existent.
Yeah. Look, what I want to tell you is, if you don't have the people to get serious with their guns, you can't give it to the people. In New Orleans, every year 300, 400 murdered by guns, or 500. Chicago, New York, LA. Every big city has 400-500 deaths killed. Gangs. And. You can't do that. Guys, you are the richest country in the world. And you are not free. You are not a free country. A free country for me is if I go now up, it's 10:30 p.m. I take my jacket, take my handy, take my wallet, go on the street and walk 1 kilometer to my local pub, drink 3 beers, talk to the people, go out at 1:30 p.m. and walk away, and nobody harms me. That's a free country. You never ever in a billion years do this in the US, in Atlanta or in New York or in Boston or in Chicago. You don't do this. You are not free people. You know what I'm saying? You understand?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Sven.
I mean, let's say Rick sits in a wheelchair. Yeah. If he goes at 10 p.m. on the streets in Atlanta East, it takes 3 minutes and he has no handy, he has nothing.
Yeah.
You know? And in Germany, they come up and
in 3 minutes,
they ask you, do you need help?
I'll have my chair stolen. Yeah.
Yeah. No, nobody in Germany, in Berlin would do this. They come to you and say, hey, little boy, do you need help? Can we help you? Where you want to go? Yeah. You know? And this is your mindset is wrong. You are not free people.
The hell
Yeah.
we aren't.
Harry,
Now, Sven, this
We're
is
not
it
free
is-
people.
you're operating.
That's a very strange declaratory statement. Coming
If you
from
can't
somebody
walk-
who lives in a continent who's cracking down on speech and other rights with a sledgehammer.
Right.
Look. I mean, I'm near 60 years old.
Yeah.
I lived under the communists. I lived under coal. I was in the US. I know the world. Trust me on that. So
No, I don't doubt that you know. the words.
if you can't go on the street at 10:30 p.m. and walk to your pub and go back at 1:30 p.m. without a fear that you get harmed, this is crazy.
Now wait
This
a
is
minute.
absolute-
Wait a minute. Wait a
This
minute.
is
Wait a minute.
absolute nuts.
Now that scenario works in some place like, say, downtown
Cities.
Atlanta.
Yeah, cities.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
cities.
that works in places like downtown Atlanta.
Yeah, I live in a city with 6 million
won't
people.
doubt that, but I can do that scenario in downtown Tampa or St. Pete, which are about 50 miles north of where I am, or downtown Sarasota where I live now. I can do that scenario and feel perfectly fine. And I got to tell you, when I was in Venice, Italy, in April,
Mhm.
and I was out and about
They are pocket
at
thieves.
night on those narrow streets. I didn't feel, and I got to say, poorly lit narrow streets and poorly lit piazzas and poorly lit not so narrow streets. I didn't, I mean, I felt okay,
But not
but
safe.
I didn't feel great about it because, well, for one thing, I don't have a weapon with me. I'm in Italy, and I couldn't get a weapon into Italy, and I'm walking through areas that have a lot of side narrow corridors and streets and everything like that, and I felt less safe in parts of Venice, Italy, than I did when I was walking around downtown Atlanta during the Slav Olympics.
Right. So you were afraid, but
I wasn't afraid. I was uncomfortable. If
Right.
I was afraid, I wouldn't have left. I wouldn't have left the hotel.
Right.
The problem with Italy is north
They-
of Italy is really rich. They have money. The people have work. It's not a problem. South you go, south of Rome, you have Naples and Sicilia and these regions. You can't get on the street like in the US, like downtown Atlanta, like Atlanta East or something like that.
I guess
You can't do this. You get robbed.
the more south you go.
But I generally speak not from Europe. I generally speak from Germany. In Germany, crazy people are running around all over the place. We had the same problem with New Orleans. We had a truck driver in Magdeburg from Saudi Arabia who killed 16 people with his truck and drove in the Christmas market and killed those people. This is absolute horrible. But I mean, that's one guy. But I never feel threatened when I go outside in Berlin. Never, not for 1 second. And I sold my car when my kids got out of house. I sold my car. I don't need a car.
Let me ask you a question, Sven, about a specific city in Europe that I think you would consider to be more Southern Europe than Germany. I had we had a dear family friend who recently went to Vienna.
Vienna,
Vienna,
Austria, the capital of Austria.
Yeah.
Absolute safe.
Did not do well in Vienna. Now, admittedly, this person is Jewish, and Austria in general, and Vienna in particular, is not
Catholic.
particularly friendly towards Jews.
No, they are Catholics.
And also they have a history of anti-Semitism. But Austria, there were certain parts of Austria that they were in that they didn't feel particularly safe and very uncomfortable. Now Europe, admittedly, Europe has very different gun laws and weapon laws than America. That's obvious. And also European attitudes in general are different from American attitudes in general towards violence and towards guns and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I was.
I mean, guns may be more cultural in America than they are in Europe, and so the attitudes towards those things are different in Europe. I mean, you're talking about apples and oranges here.
Austria in general, I was maybe 50 times in Austria. It's not that far, and we play in the summer. We play with our baseball team. We play often their tournaments over the little league and this stuff. And I never feel threatened. The most southern town in all of Europe is Marseille. Marseille in France. This is the most southern and most difficult town in all of Europe. This is crazy shit. What's going on there? This is really. This is. Look it up on YouTube, Harry, and tell me next week.
Well, also don't forget, Sven. There are a lot of places that we hear about here in the Big PX about places in Europe. Mostly lately, we've been hearing about them in Great Britain, but I've heard about places in the Scandinavian countries, maybe a little less so in Germany, and so on, where there are what they call no-go zones for the white folk, because they've been taken over by people of the religion of peace persuasion, if you know what I mean. And we hear about acid attacks, we hear about knifings, we hear about rape gangs and everything like that. We hear about all this over here, and we think you Europeans are as insane as you think we Americans are, but for different reasons.
There's a difference. In Germany, if there's a gang, our German FBI, I call it this way because if I tell you the German word, you don't understand it. The German
Stasi?
FBI, huh?
Stasi?
No, Stasi is.
I'm kidding. I was a joke.
Stasi ist Ministerium für Staatssicherheit, Ministry of State Security. That's the original name, and it was the GDR, the Secret Service of the GDR. Yeah,
it was East German Secret Police.
Yeah, and they were 1,000 times better as the KGB and the CIA combined. Trust me on that.
No, I know the Stasi or the GDR.
These people were good.
They made the KGB look like amateurs sometimes.
Yeah. But anyway, in Germany, there is a gang law, and if you are in a gang and you harm people, your next stop is at least 15 years in a single cell in a high security prison. This is your next stop, and they will get you. 99 out of 100 gang members who harm people get arrested, and there is no parole. They sit 15 years in a single cell, and there's no way around this. And Greenpeace and Amnesty International, they can cry whatever they want. The Germans don't care.
How you doing, Florida?
You harm our people, and we harm you. And this is the reason. Yes, we have some crimes. We have some Albania gangs and some Russian gangs and some Chinese gangs in the south of Berlin. We had this problem, but
so you've got
85% of these gangs are specialized of drugs. They don't
but my point being that you've got violence problems there. You just don't have gun violence problems.
No. It's a drug problem. You can walk. The gang members stay on the street at 1 a.m. in the night. So, and you walk by. They ask you, you want something? You want heroin or crack or meth? And you say no, thank you, and you walk away. They don't harm you. They don't harm you. It will not happen because they know if they harm you, there's a big chance, a really big chance, they end up either back in Syria or back in Greece or back in Albania or back in the USSR after they sit here 15 years in a single cell. They sit, let's say you have a guy from Albania, and he's in a gang and he harms someone. And the police get him. He sits here 15 years, and after this, the next flight to Tirana is his. He goes on a flight to Tirana and never comes back.
Well, that's not what we hear over here, and I have a hard time believing that the police forces in Europe are that effective. I just don't buy that.
So what? So
Uh,
you hear, Saleen?
Huh?
I said that's not what I hear. So what do you hear?
I hear that the police forces in most European countries have their hands tied by the governments because they don't want to appear to be they don't want to appear to be well, the word, I mean the R word. I don't want to say the
Yeah.
R word because I
Yeah.
might get taken down. So
Yeah,
so these governments tend to be very, very overly tolerant of ethnic issues.
no. In Germany,
That's what I'm seeing and hearing here.
yeah,
Well, not
Germany pays 80% of all EU bills are paid, or 70% are paid by Germany.
Right.
You know that.
That part I know.
So, in Germany, if we say we don't tolerate this, we give a fuck what France or Italy or Spain thinks or Poland thinks. We don't care. We do what we want to do and what is best for our people.
Yes.
And this is the thing what I don't get with the US. I mean, you have so much money, so much potential in the US.
And $36 trillion in debt.
Yeah,
We wasted.
I don't get it. I mean, you could be, for example, energy independence since 100 years. Why you don't do it?
We were until the election was stolen in 2020.
I know. Trump did it, and Trump paid back the 800 billions to China.
Right. So
the problem is Biden
leftist government took over and turned the country to shit.
Yeah, and now you have a 750 billion debt to China again.
Well, you're kind of making one of my points for me that you've got to have adults in charge of the levers of power, or you turn your country to shit.
Yeah, you have idiots.
Right.
Biden is an idiot, and Kamala is an idiot. Everybody knows that.
Biden and Kamala are about to disappear into the dustbin of history.
I hope so. And I tell you what, I mean, I don't like billionaires because billionaires give a shit about a single person.
There you go.
But a Donald Trump and a Elon Musk can run multi-billion-dollar companies, and they see the US as the whole thing, as a company, and they know how to run a country. And you saw it. The people were happy in 2016, 17, 18, 19. They got jobs, and they got
a big Albert.
You know, it was better. So
anyway, we're trying to look forward now, instead.
Yeah, I hope Trump does well. I mean, I personally don't like him, but I think, and if I was an American, I would vote for Trump. I don't personally like him, but he's the best what the US has to offer right now. As simple as that. You can't vote for these left idiots. They are crazy. They are absolute nuts. They should be locked down in mental institutions. By the way, scene change. Did any one of you watch the FCS championship game?
Yeah, I did.
I did.
Yeah, that was
did.
Absolute amazing game.
I tell you what.
I didn't. I missed it, unfortunately.
Wow.
I heard it was a great game. Dr. Bob, if that's true, then New Yorkers get what they deserve. You put an insane, uneducated slob like AOC in charge of things, you get what you deserve. I have no sympathy for New York, none. And I've met a lot of recent transplants from the Northeast, especially New York and New Jersey, that have moved down to the free state of Florida. And they come here and it's like they're breathing air, fresh air for the first time. And the people who stay up there, I got no sympathy for them, not a bit. Now, getting to the FCS game, I heard it was a great game. I did not get to see it, unfortunately. Who did North Dakota State play in that game? I forgot.
Montana State.
Okay.
The semifinal was better. The semifinal, North Dakota State, South Dakota State was better as Arizona State against Texas. I can promise you.
You know, I still maintain that the FCS as a whole should start playing games in the spring and let the FBS play in the fall. FCS should play spring football. That would do two things right away. For people like us that love college football, we would get college football year round instead of waiting 8 months for college football to start. And it would also
money.
What?
They get attention and money.
Yeah, that they would.
The other thing was the attention. They would be, because there's no football pro, which is garbage, or college from the end of January all the way to the beginning of September. If FCS would play in that interim time frame, they would build fan bases, more money from TV contracts, more interest in the league, and it would benefit all of us who love college football and want to see it. I mean, would you rather have no college football or watch Montana State and North Dakota State play football?
I watched this
I
all
would
day
rather
long.
see. I would rather see FCS football in the spring. I think it's a great idea. That'll never happen.
I tell you what. If Mississippi State this year had played North Dakota State, they'd blow us out.
Yeah, March
we
through
had
May.
no chance. No chance.
Hey, right? Yeah, they almost. Yeah, they should have beat Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a close call. In South Dakota,
yeah, some of the really good FCS teams can give FBS teams a good run for their money, and occasionally they rear up and beat one of them.
Yeah, NIU,
like
NIU,
Georgia State.
Georgia State is the enemy of Tennessee. They beat them twice.
Yes, North
Yeah,
Dakota
in the past
State
30 years.
beat Iowa one time.
I mean,
Anyway, I wish FCS would get the attention they deserve, and I think like Jerry Wells says, a March through May schedule.
yeah, and in May you start with the G5. May, June, July you play G5, and let these 4 power conferences play each other.
Yeah, Albert's got a good point. Although, who gives a fuck about the no fun league draft? I mean, even hardcore. The only people I know that give a damn about the NFL draft are really hardcore fans. I mean, hardcore. And I don't know too many of those. But guys, I got to wrap it up. I got to leave a little early today because I got to be somewhere else. This week is very critical to my family. Because every January, early January, for the past 15 years, and this will be the 16th year, is a glass art exhibition at the Bash Gallery on the Ringling College of Art and Design campus. And this is the week that, the opening is Friday the 10th. And this whole week builds up to that, and I have to be somewhere tonight to start that or help start that. So I got to leave a little early.
It's no problem. Wish you a nice
but, what?
Enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I always enjoy it. I've only ever missed 2 of the 15, and one of those was to kidney stone. And one of those was to illness.
Boo on kidney
And
stones.
this year's theme is the human body and form and function. And I'm supposed to give a speech, although that hasn't been fully decided yet.
Yeah, speech. Yeah.
Well, maybe. I don't know if they're going to let me. They, you got to understand, most of the people at Ringling College think I'm a little bit nuts.
We know that.
You
But
are.
we love
But,
you, Saleen. We know you are nuts, but we
most
love
of the
you.
folks
anyway.
like me, but they think if they hand me a live microphone, I'm gonna start singing the national anthem or something.
Oh.
Anyway,
Oh.
I gotta go
right,
because
take care, buddy.
Have a good
gotta
week.
start. So
Suzanne?
Harry, Vic, Sven, I thank you for being on the panel. And Vic, I thank you for subbing for me for a couple of those shows. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no problem.
All right, bye-bye.
All right,
And
thanks,
Vic,
man.
Okay,
you know
see ya.
what to do. If you want money, call me up or send me a WhatsApp or something
Right.
else.
I don't have your phone number, but
You have my phone number.
I think I gave you my phone number, but
You have my phone number.
Okay, you two discuss that later. I gotta
Yeah,
shut
yeah.
down.
We get it done. We get it done.
All right. Get it done. All right. Thank you guys for being here in the lot in the chat. Especially appreciate it. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button on your way out. That does help the channel. I appreciate it. Appreciate the super chat that I got from Dr. Bob. Always appreciated, never expected. Every little bit helps adding to my watch fund. I will be back next week on the 15th with episode number 206 of Wednesday Afternoon Live with me, your boy, SaleenDriver. Everybody enjoy the playoff games that happen on Thursday and Friday nights. Since pretty much everybody in the stream no longer has a dog in this fight, y'all can watch the games without worrying too much, which is always an interesting way to watch these games without worrying about who wins, unless of course you're gambling on the games like my buddy Lou, who I'm sure has put money on both games by now. But good luck to the teams. Hope you all enjoy the games. I will see you all next week or in other streams as the case may be. See ya.